Peace.
Peace.
At one.
Super duper Kanye to the
Duper
rescue.
Cayenne. Alright. Word up. Represent Russell Nation. Russell Nation.
Watching. This is Watching Nation. Mine is Super duper Kanye doper.
Dope super duper
I will call my power of speed.
Cool. Alright. How y'all doing today? How y'all families doing?
Hey, guess what, guys?
What?
I'm just like, it's like when I say guess what, and then I'm pretending they talking, and then I say okay.
Okay.
Like guess what, guys? You said okay. You said what? Okay. Guess what? Episode 7 of Last of Us is out.
Right.
It's been out, but we
watched it.
I watched it and Dad watched it, but he was in the room. The phone died.
We watched it once.
The phone
and
died.
then Kanye said he needed to watch it again because he didn't remember. So when we do the review, so he watched it again. I watched it some again, a little bit of it again with him again.
The phone died,
episode 7.
Sorry. The phone died, so we sorry. Okay.
Oh yeah, the first time I tried to record, the phone died. It was recording. I mean, it was charging, but it still died. All right, but episode 7, Last of Us. Yo, okay. First of all,
y'all might not want to hear it. We're boys and girls. The girls might be okay with it, but the boys, y'all gonna get crazy with it. Even the mamas might not get crazy with it, just the men too.
And what he's talking about is Ellie and Riley, the best friends in the show, but they
don't say it. Don't say what is in the show they gonna do.
Yeah, I had already informed y'all that something was gonna happen later on.
Something gonna happen, so something game's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna tell y'all. Y'all gotta see it in the video.
Well,
okay, yes, start.
Said it. All right, you basically already said it. But to start off on the show, they started off with what?
She ran everything.
No, they started off with
she was
with
running
Ellie.
first.
They started off with Ellie.
She was running first.
She was running. Oh, in the gym.
Yeah, in the gym, the girl knocked her thing off, and then it got in the room with the police. Okay, what she was running,
That was the military captain, because they were in the military school.
Oh,
so she was running, listening to her Walkman. Yeah, and there was a bully girl, which kind of reminds you of the chick they had in
the game.
Last of Us 2. In the Last of Us 2 is a character. She's really like manly kind of. But anyway, so the girl strips her headphones off her head, and she's like, "Give them back." Ellie's like, "Give them back, give them back." And she's telling her no, but she's telling her she's not gonna fight. Her friend was the fighter.
And then Ellie's like, she was like this. She almost made that face.
Yep.
She almost made.
Yeah, so she hit him, and then she went to see the captain. And the captain was telling her she needed to do better. They could be better because they work for Fedra. They're under Fedra like a group, and the captain is telling her they basically hold everything together in the society. And she could be a captain if she worked hard, and whatnot. And they come back to Ellie, and she had dragged Joel through the snow into an abandoned house.
Oh no, that was the first one.
Yeah, into an abandoned house where she could kind of try to nurse him back.
She put the towel over him. She was like,
because he got stabbed.
She said, "Go to Tommy."
Yeah, he was telling her to go to Tommy and get help or whatnot. And so they took it back to
she said the bad word.
Yeah, Ellie got a foul mouth.
She was sad because she couldn't do that with all those zombies there.
Right.
Then, because when a buffalo came, she couldn't even. She might not the buffalo.
Yeah, it would be tough, right? Unless you got
The
a gun.
buffaloes too. We have a gun, still not gonna do nothing. Unless you like this one, it's not gonna do nothing. It's like that. It's still not gonna do it.
It'll do something. It's gonna eventually lay him down.
A little bit.
It's gonna lay him down.
But
The gun is gonna lay him down eventually.
The red one.
Yeah. But so she thinks they take it back to the DLC, the downloadable content where you play as Ellie and Riley, her best friend, and they go find a mall. Riley takes her to find an abandoned mall, and in the middle of the night, so they go in there, playing, they turn the power on.
She was sleeping.
When Riley came in the room, she snuck back in the room. She had been gone for a while.
Sleeping, she came in the house. But in the game, when she come in the house, guess what? She act like she a zombie. She bite Ellie.
Yeah, she like.
And then
You
like.
Yeah.
Knife out.
Yeah,
but in the show, she just throw the pillow on her, and then the girl push her off, and then get the knife and come up and try to stab her.
Yeah, but she told me she was playing. She said she was playing a joke, and she thought it would work out better than it did. But Ellie was like, "That's not funny."
She didn't say that wasn't funny.
But I'm saying she's like, "That's not funny." She was gonna stop. You get right. You get. So, what happened next? So they're showing the downloadable content. Hold on. They're showing the downloadable content of the game where they go into the abandoned mall and they turn on the power and they begin to play. What?
You missing a lot of parts there.
Okay, well tell me.
It was the part where she said get dressed. She said, what have you been? She didn't say nothing. And they said, what have you been? She said, I was working to the fireflies.
Oh yeah. She got with the fireflies.
I'm just gonna say she said working with the stupid fireflies because she said the S word, so I'm not
right.
the SH word, so I'm not saying.
Right.
I'm just saying. You
well,
said you working for
so you can...
stupid fireflies, and then he said she did this, like that.
Oh, she showed her gun.
Why did I do that?
Because he showed her gun.
Why did I do that?
Because you weren't thinking, but she was copying her, but she showed that she had the gun, the Fireflies group that gave her a pistol. So she was showing Ellie she had a gun right there. Remember?
Yes, sir.
So she has joined the Fireflies, and the Fireflies is like a rebel group, and that's really where Joel is trying to get Ellie to make a cure for the infected. That's the whole point. So, but because Ellie is immune, she gets bit. She gets bit in the episode. In this episode, she gets bit, right? I'm just saying. I can't tell. I'm saying she gets bit, and Riley gets bit, right? I'm just saying that's what happens, right? And the whole point is that they're trying to get Ellie to the Firefly so she can they can try to make a vaccine or a cure from being infected. Try to use her blood. So they're showing that backstory to show how she got bit, so you'll know, what's going on. That's the downloadable content of the game. That's a part of the game that came later on in the year. It came out in 2013, so that part came out like 2014, something like that. Later on in the year, when you pre-ordered the video game, it came later, and so we played it. And there's parts in there where, in the game, they're having a water gun fight. They got super soakers, and in the game, you run around, and you shooting each other with the water gun. They don't show that in the show. You see what I'm saying? So then they what else they showed when they was in the mall?
It's kind of like the bowling. It's like the game station.
Oh, the arcade.
Yeah, the arcade.
Yeah, they went into an arcade, you know. So like
Mortal Kombat.
yeah, they played Mortal Kombat in the arcade, and I think in the video game there was a part in there where she had to imagine that she was playing the game. Something like you had to press the buttons according to what they wanted you to press, and Riley was telling her was giving her the scenario like, oh, he's jumping. You gotta use your move, use a certain move and kick and this and this and that. She would close her eyes and just imagine while she was playing an arcade because I don't think the game was working or something. But it also seemed like there was a part where you did play and fight like a street fighter type, but nonetheless,
like zombie robots.
I don't think so. Not in that part. Not zombie robots. But so while they're in there playing the game and dancing, yeah, they were dancing. Then they had to put masks on and stuff. So doggone while they was dancing, after they got through dancing, that's when they did
I can
the crazy fruitcake.
I can't believe the whole time I wasn't talking, I was like this.
And you was just waiting for that part to come. So you can say what?
I'm trying to say the beginning part. You said all this stuff you got to say before we even get into the show.
What's that?
Into the review. We can't even get even close to the middle.
What are you talking about?
We can't even get close to the middle of the show.
Close to the middle?
Close to the show. We're not even close. We just close to the beginning.
No, you're not making sense. The that is the basis of the show of this episode 7. That's what I'm trying to explain to you because you didn't play the game, so you don't know there's a sequence involved. Meaning there was one point something happened after another point, and there was some point where something happened before that you didn't know. That's what this episode is about. They're showing you what happened before the beginning of the show. You see what I'm saying? Basically, is what they're trying to show. Before Ellie meets Joel, before she gets bit, before she knows that she's immune. You see what I'm saying? That's showing all of that in episode 7. So for people that never played the game, they don't really know that. They just think that's a part of the show, and they're showing a backstory, but they don't know that was a part of what they call downloadable content in video games. That's all I'm saying. But you can tell the story if you want to tell more of the story, what's going on in episode 7. What parts did you like best in episode 7?
I don't know. I can't guess.
Because
it's two girls. I don't even know what to say.
Right, it's just two girls running around. It's not really a whole lot.
The part with Doctor.
Yeah, it's really not a whole lot. I mean, as far as fans, huh?
We say what's your favorite part at the end.
Well, I'm saying if you don't know your favorite, if you don't have a favorite part, then because there's no need to drag this episode review on if there's really not a whole lot to talk about this episode.
The dice one.
The what?
The die one.
The dying one.
Well, the girl kissed the girl.
What about the dyke?
The die one.
The dyke.
The dyke one and the dyke one.
Yeah.
And the wait.
Come on, turn this way.
The dyke one and the thing was why this something.
The what? They know what was funny. Know what my favorite part of the episode is? What? When they were telling the jokes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's the favorite part I like.
Oh, okay. So they was like because you had the book with the jokes in it. One of the jokes were
why did the computer take Photoshop?
Why?
forgot.
You forgot. Well, I remember one. I don't remember that. I can't remember exactly how that one went, but I do remember the other one. It was what did the frustrated cannibal do?
I don't know.
He threw up his hands. That was funny. They told like one or two more, but I can't remember. They were funny.
She did 4.
Matter of fact, hold up. All right, I couldn't find what I was looking for, but one of the jokes was I couldn't find the one you was looking for, but one of the jokes that that Ellie had told earlier that I liked was, and it was in the game, was she was like, what did the mermaid wear to math class? An algebra. that was funny. But there's a whole bunch of those jokes. Like there's a whole bunch of them you got to find in the games. A whole bunch of them in The Last of Us and in Left Behind DLC. A bunch of those jokes that you find because you have them in the book. But I think my favorite parts of episode 7 is um, probably then when they're telling their jokes and when they go into the arcade and all that, because I love arcade and love video games, so and it's a video game based show. So they go in the arcade and they playing and everything. That's all that's in the game. And like we was watching that there's a runner that's like asleep or hadn't woke up yet or something in there, and he wakes up with them making all that noise, playing and stuff. Huh?
Still can't hear him.
They couldn't hear him.
Because all that.
They was in there dancing and playing music. And then he woke up. The zombie woke up. That runner woke up and came in there.
It was almost to it was close to a clicker though, because
it wasn't a clicker yet though.
The whole body, it was waiting for years though.
We don't know how long it's been down there.
The whole body was placed with
stuff. He had a lot of fungus on him. But if it was a clicker, his whole face would have been covered up. You see what I'm saying?
Not his whole face, but not his
majority of his whole face would be covered up. He's a clicker.
Like
yeah. You wouldn't see his regular you wouldn't see his regular face. And he'd be going he wasn't making that noise. You know, they click like click click click. Right. So but in the video game it's more of them that come out. But Riley, she was ready. She was like Riley was like, she told her, she's like, get ready to run. When she saw that zombie coming, get ready to come through the door, and she pulled the gun out.
Didn't do that much. But he's still running.
But and then they fighting, and the zombie jump on Riley, knock her down, and she fall out. And then
Ellie got
he fighting with Ellie, and she got a knife.
She hit him.
And he about to kill her, and then Riley wake up and knock him over.
And then the zombie coming up, running back, and then Riley pushed the zombie down.
Right.
Then
Ellie.
And then the zombie was on top of Riley.
Right, and then that's when Ellie jumped on and hit her in the knife. Hit him in the knife.
But in the game, it was like.
Yeah, he took she had stabbed him in the back, and then she slit his throat in the game. But in the show, she just jumped and hit him in the head with the knife and stabbed him and killed him. Like that. Right. So it's some changes, always some changes, but that wasn't bad changes in this episode. It wasn't bad changes in this episode. And so what? You getting tired? Yeah, I like it.
You missing the whole part of the show.
Okay, well tell me what I'm missing.
So when they Riley said put your clothes on, and then Ellie put her clothes on and walked out, and then the fireflies was there, and then they was close, and then they was walking. They got in the building,
right?
And then opened the electricity thing.
Yeah, they turned on the electricity from the box.
And they said go. They said right, but it was left. Really left.
What she told her to go to? What they was going to? Oh, they made a mistake. Yeah.
So she was said go left though.
Right. Okay, so we found. So the end of the episode. At the end of the episode, you see that they both got bit. They're like, Ellie's like, you know what I'm saying? She sees she got bit. She's like, no, no. She's tripping out. She was flipping out. She's like, no, no. And then she looked at Riley, and Riley was standing over here like this. She was like, she got bit on her hand.
She was like this. I mean, it wasn't on the hand. Like,
it was on her hand right here. Like she got bit like this. Like the zombie bit her right there.
I think in the show she got bit on the arm too. Except for the different spot than Ellie. I think she got like right here on the top.
Yeah, on top of her hand. So they both got bit. Now this is the kicker, right? Because they sit there and they know they're gonna change. So Riley's got a gun and she's like, there's two ways we can do this. We can do this, option one, right? Be quick. Excuse me, kill ourselves, or we could just wait it out and go out on some fantasy romance, turn into zombies together type crap. And she was like, well, I'm not a fan of option one. I'm not a fan of option one, is what Riley said.
What's option one again?
Option one was to take the gun and shoot themselves. Because they know they was going to change. So there was no turning back. So, and then there was the option two, which was to wait it out and turn, and then turn into a zombie and just be a runner and turn into maybe a clicker and a bloater later.
And then turn to south. What happens when you don't die when you still a bloater?
I don't know. Turn to something even worse, probably.
What about a big old tiger?
A big boss, a tiger.
I mean, a big old bloater, like this big,
right?
Like this huge,
right? Yeah, you probably turn to a.
It might be like a zombie robot.
Not a robot. It don't have wires in them. They're microchips.
And then when it gets so big, it'll be like nobody can stop.
Yeah, that would be crazy. So. But they decided to wait it out, but they never show exactly what happens at the end of that. So you have to, use your imagination. Okay, so like if we know now that Ellie is immune and she never turned, and Riley turned, and Ellie's still here and Riley's gone. So more than likely, Ellie saw Riley turn and end up shooting her and killing her. Unless they went their separate ways and Riley turned somewhere else and Ellie never saw her again. She went off and was eating other folks or got killed by somebody else. Something like that, right? So, but I think that was ill at the end of that episode.
That's sad.
Yeah, that is sad. So I think this episode was okay. It was dope because of the DLC package that it is based off of. My whole thing is Ellie is 14, like Riley in the show looks older than her, so it's like almost like 2 years or so looking like she's older than her. So I mean, this would be on almost on some child porn type stuff. Like that's what I was telling Kai. Like, watch this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna show these girls kissing and these men kissing and stuff. Like we ain't down with that, but that's what they're showing. So we can't hide it from 'em. We gotta let them know that they're trying to push this. Excuse me, that they're trying to push this stuff on our children and in society. But at the same time, as far as the show itself and what's going on, that episode was pretty good. And we have
Two more.
yep, 8 and 9. Sit up, man. We got 8 and 9 left, so we got 2 more before the season's over, and we'll rate it at the end and see what it be like. But next week we'll do 8 when it comes out. What's that?
You think you missing something?
Oh no, I'm not missing nothing. You keep talking about I'm missing something. I'm not missing
We
anything.
didn't even get to say about the part when they was
Mm-mm.
in
You
the
okay?
in the place,
In what place?
and then the guy in the play place, and then they was on the horses.
Oh, the
Merry-go-round.
like a merry-go-round with horses. What do you
A
call it?
horse
Like a carousel.
A horse merry-go-round.
Yeah, like a horse carousel. They was on the carousel. That's in the game too. They was on the carousel going
Yeah,
around.
I seen that. I seen that right there.
Right. Yep. So,
And
man,
then,
I missed that, but we don't have to be
and then
hit every detail.
And then when it was coming through, they're looking at the girl stuff. She was like.
Oh, she said, right. We do have to say that.
She was like.
Right. She said, what? She's like, I'm trying to think. Imagine you wearing this. They was looking at Victoria's Secret. You see what I'm saying? And it was like
funny.
one to go up the back of the butt. So the girl was like, I'm trying to imagine you one of those. Elliot's 14. She ain't supposed to be trying to put on no crap like that anyway. But okay, what else? Because we taking this is the longest one. This is the longest video we've done on episode. We gotta go on and cut it. Is there anything else?
And then when there was on the thing, the Mortal Kombat, she said, "Don't kill me." And it was like, "Well, you won't see this."
Oh, yeah, the fatality. Finish him.
And then on the other part, when Ellie was the one, she was like, "No," she was. I'm done.
You done?
Yes.
All right. So, pretty good episode.
And the one part for 2 parts, when they was skating and dancing, and then y'all ready? You ready?
What?
I'm scared to say it in the video.
What are you talking about?
Because they kiss.
We already said that.
No, we did.
You're not paying attention. We already talked about that. We already said they had kissed and that was an issue.
No, I said I'm not going to say it.
Oh, you didn't have to. You chose to say it because you want to be funny. Right? Right. All right.
Not right.
Then why did you want to say it?
Because when the people would know not to do it.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. On that note, Ant 1, Super Duper Cayenne. The universe is revolutionary. Play your part. Peace.
Play your super part. Just go.